You are listening to GHP Radio, powered by iTrackRadio.com, your independent music source. Fresh, new music, right here on the all-new GHP Radio, your new independent music source.
like art for tonight. It's one of those nights where you've been all my life. You smell so good and you're dressed up nice. You know I'm so hooked. You got me shook, baby. You drive me crazy. You want me to chase you in the fast lane so I can get next to you. Through stormy weather and rain, you remain in my brain. To be with you, I'll do anything. When I'm with you, love taking chances with you, and every night and day you're making me happy, so happy, it's satisfying. Oh baby, I missed you constantly. the same about me. Oh, so crazy, but in a good way. And for you, I will do anything. I'm in love with you. I'm in love with you. I'm into you. I'm in love with you. I'll do anything. I'm into you. I'm in love with you. I do anything. 'Cause I'm in love with you. I'll do anything. I'm into you. I'm in love with you. I'm into you. I'm in love with you. I'll do anything. I'm into you. I'm in love with you. I'll do anything for you. 'Cause I'm in love with you. I'll do anything.
Oh, so long for this night. I pray that a star would guide you my way to share with me this special day, where a ribbon's in the sky for our love. If allowed, may I touch your hand, and if pleased, may I once again, so that you too will understand. There's a ribbon in the sky for our love. This is not a coincidence, and far more than a lucky chance. But what is that was always meant is our ribbon in the sky for our love. It can't lose. With God on our side, we'll find strength in each tear we cry. From now on, it will be you and I, and our ribbon in the sky, ribbon in the sky. A ribbon in the sky for our love. soul. 'Cause you're more important to me than material things. Can't you see how much I need you? I never wanna lose your love. You're all that I've dreamed of. I can't imagine life without you. So tell me what to do to hold on to your love. With me, love you, oh girl, forever and ever, forever, baby. You need to be with me, girl, oh baby, oh girl, forever and ever and ever.
People out here taking a vacation. I've been out on more than one occasion. But baby, I've been saving up my love for you. Drop a check in, father, and I'm waiting. Been working hard and patient from 9 to 5 to weekend, and I know who to spend it on. There's only you to excel. I got some PTO, so check into Hilton and let's go. Don't wanna be moonlighting. We're full-time out there hiring, but I'ma be right here. Don't wanna be moonlighting. Got no part-time out there hiring, but I'ma be right here. People want a piece of what we have. Like the saying goes, the grass ain't greener on that side. No matter what they're saying, even what we do. Baby, I'm too wrapped up in you. Been working hard and patient from 9 to 5 to weekend, and I know who to spend it on. There's only you to excel. I got some PTO, so check into Hilton and let's go. Don't wanna be moonlighting. We're full-time out there hiring, but I'ma be right here. Don't wanna be moonlighting. Got no part-time out there hiring, but I'ma be right here. I'ma be right here. Moonlight. You are full-time, so I'm gonna work it right. With no part-time love life, let me work it right. You are full-time, so I'm gonna work it right. With no part-time love life, let me work it right. Don't wanna be moonlighting. We're full-time out there hiring, but I'ma be right here. Don't wanna be moonlighting. Got no part-time out there hiring, but I'ma be right here. You are full-time.
body. I want to see you move. Wanna see you move. Move your body, baby. Move your body. Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. We're swaying on the dance floor. Both of us checking out the door. Hope this night never ends. It's time to be more than just friends. Move your body, baby. Move your body. I want to feel you move. Wanna feel you move. Move your body, baby. Move your body. Been waiting for so long. Just feel the groove of this song. The time is right. Let's make it tonight. We'll make love till the morning light. Move your body, baby. Move your body. Move your body. Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. Move your body, baby. I want to feel you move. Wanna feel you move. Move your body, baby. Move your body. Nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. no. See, we got the kind of love that, you try to walk out the door, but you just can't seem to get out. Just keeps pulling me in. Hey, I can't go nowhere. Can't stay the so deep I ain't felt it before. Yeah, we gotta love so deep.
All right.
Yeah, good. I'm wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Well, we really happy that you're able to come back, and man, welcome to the show. Um, Very excited about talking with you, trying to find out, all about you, man. I know Desiree sent us a track that we will be featuring here in a little while. We want to get to know you first, but man, when I heard it, man, I was like, man, this is really cool. It's really cool stuff here. So, I
Thank you.
like I
Thank
like that spoken word type stuff, man, because you don't get to hear that a lot, not unless you're in, where you can go and sit at a event to capture some of that. But just on the regular, I think that's something that should be shared on the waves with everything else, on a normal. So, man, just kudos to you, man. That's nice.
And thank you so much. I've been blessed. I've been very, very fortunate. We've had a really good following here in Dallas. Thank you for sharing me with your audience. The goal this year is to move the ZEMILL for Jazz experience around the globe. And that's, one of the reasons why I got with Desiree, who is phenomenal at what she does in PR. And I want to thank her for allowing me and allowing us to get together, hooking this thing up. So I'm excited to be here, man. And you know what? We've been chopping it up, and I already know what kind of jungle I'm in, hanging out with you guys. So we
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right about that.
so
Yeah, be cautious. Be cautious.
be cautious. Yeah, just be cautious. So I'm good. Thank you again.
Yeah, man. Well, that's awesome, man. Now, it's kind of cool also to know that you're kind of close to us, because I know I'm in Oklahoma City, but raised in Fort Worth, and you're actually there in the Dallas area. Um, have you been in Dallas all your life?
Yes, I've been in Dallas all my life. I've had an opportunity to go other places and travel extensively across the country, but Dallas is home.
Right, all right. And so tell us a little bit about your background and everything, because this thing that you do, and I know you have a few other things going on because I went to your website, and checked some of that out. So, but you can expand on that, kind of give our audience a clear vision of what's going on.
Well, thank you. ZEMILL's Pajazz experience and ZEMILL's and Pajazz itself is the blending of smooth jazz, smooth R&B, neo soul, spoken word with a splash of blues thrown in there just to mix the pot up. Blend it together to give you a warm, cool, grown, and sexy feel and vibe that allows you to become a part of the audience, the music, the words, and the feel. I began the journey roughly about 10 years ago. I was working for one of the largest transportation companies in the world. They wanted to go through some transformation, and fortunately, I made the cut. However, I woke up one day and I said to myself, I said, it was on my birthday, which is January 1st, right?
Right.
And I said, I've been blessed with this gift, and I've been writing since I was 6 years old. And been writing for decades, and songs and music and poetry, but it all sat on a shelf. And when I got that call to say that, you're going to be able to stay and you're going to be one of the people that make it. And I was a manager and had done really, really well. And that's one of the things about corporate America and having that day job. If you are artistic and independent artist and those kinds of things, it holds you together, and it's a great and wonderful thing. But it also, gets you comfortable with being in that space where you don't have to do what you feel your passion is. So I changed, woke up again and said it's time to expand and use those gifts. And I started writing, got together with an incredible guy by the name of Joe McCrae. We met. We started making the music together. I come up with the melodies, and I have the guys, they play the tunes for me, and Joe puts together the magic with the piano, the keys, and I give him a few lines, and he gives me a symphony. And so far, we've been rocking and rolling again for about 10 years now. Wow. And here in Dallas, been at the Black Academy of Arts and Letters. I performed at the Morton Meyerson for the sold out Emmy Award winning show put on by the Black Academy of Arts and Letters, Mr. Curtis King. So I've done a lot of things and continuing to grow. And we're going to take this Pajazz thing to the masses.
But that's nice. You kind of describe to us in some manner of your writing and creative process. Is it always the same, or do you have several approaches to your writing process?
Oh, good question. For me, I only write when I'm inspired to do so, because as a gift, and again, the blessing, and thank God for the gift. If you write when you feel it, then it's not something that you have to make up, because inspiration, when it's real and you write it when it comes to you, the thought is actually in its purest form.
Yeah.
And sometimes you get that thought, sometimes you get that inspiration, and you can mess it up. Because you put too much of yourself in it. But when you do it, when you just feel it, that's when it's best. And whether it's a poem, whether it's a quote, I do Facebook, Instagram, I do Tuesday's Truth and Wednesday's Word, right? Well, Tuesday's Truth is really like an right, like face to face, directly at you type, awakening type quote. And then on Wednesday, it's more inspirational. And I only write those when I get that feeling. And I'm moved by the process starts with just life, man, everyday life, whether you're feeling whatever you're feeling in the moment, whatever you see, what's going on. So that's the process. When I feel it, I see it, I'm inspired by it, I'm moved by it. Sometimes it's a melody, sometimes it's just the words, sometimes it's the words and melodies, sometimes it's just a quote.
Well, you see, that's working for you, and everybody needs to have a process, and everybody has a process. I enjoy your music as well, and we can also be our own worst critic, and we can have a tendency to overproduce what we're producing. So it's good to know when you can pull back, you know, and put on the gas and when to put on the brakes. Because like you said, you can do too much to it. A song could be perfect that you started out doing and just have enough elements in it. And then you decide, well, let me go add this element. Let me go add that element. And then it's just like a soup. There's too much salt in it.
I mean, you know what? That's an amazing thought. You know, so you must know something about music and production, brother.
Excuse me, I'm CTK.
Yeah. Because that's so. You know what? You can literally spend 30 minutes trying to fix 20 seconds.
I feel it. Yeah.
I be a perfect example. We're working on the editing for the ZEMILL for Jazz Experience show that we did last year, right? And now I have a full-blown understanding of what editing is all about. You know, the movies, you know, they're going to start talking about it and advertising it in 2023, but it's not coming out until 2024. It's the editing, man. Yeah, I spent 30 minutes a week ago trying to slice and dice 10 seconds. Take 10 seconds. There's a section that was like a minute long, right? But I needed the 10 seconds in the middle of that minute. So you have to cut here, you have to cut there, and you go back and forth, and then you find it, and it's the same with music. It's the note, I want to come up here, I want to come up there, and you have to let it go. At some point in time, you just say, you know what? Perfection is overrated. But we are imperfect people, and yes, you want it to be the best it can be. You want to strive for perfection, but you want to be really at peace with excellence. And so, I totally get what you're saying.
But you know, ZEMILL, when you actually editing, you know, because I used to do a lot of editing, but in the old way, which is with the
reel-to-reels.
With the reel-to-reels and stuff like that,
Slicer,
video and stuff like that. I've done that. Now you're rendering it, but I'm gonna tell you one thing: if you walk away from it, then you come back at another point in time, you'll get it.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Don't sit there and keep doing it.
Very good point. Very good point.
That's an excellent point, and that's part of my process. I go at it, and then I step away from it. I have to step away from it and give it some. And not only step away from it, like for like a few minutes. I mean, come back the next day. You know, the next day or so, because you have to get it, and it has to feel right. And your mind and your spirit, it will tell you you're done. Okay, this is it. Once you get to that space, you're done. Once that your mind and spirit says you're done, let it go, move on to the next thing.
Yes, because that can be a very frustrating experience to the fact that, like you said, Ray, you got to walk away from it, let it go. You'll go to bed, your mind is still turning it. You're still churning it, right? And then you go back with a fresh perspective because your mind has worked it out for you. And when you go back to it, you say, oh, okay. But before that, you're like frustrated. You want to turn everything off, say F it, and just walk away.
Well, you know, it's just like, you know, even when I worked for the government as a computer operator and a computer assistant, man, I have a problem as a computer assistant. I said, the hell with this. I just walk away and start doing something else, or just walk away and come back the next day or two. Bam, it's right there.
Yeah,
right there.
It's the flow of things.
That's right. But now you have to walk away, you know, walk away from it. Even if you're composing music, you have, if it ain't right and you're trying to get it right and you spend 2 or 3 hours in that, it's time your ass get up from the table and walk away.
Let it go for a minute.
Well, ZEMILL, I got to tell you, I'm fascinated by the process, because I'm looking at it in terms of like, we're only human. And as you, just to reiterate what you just said, we're not perfect. And perfection to me is not achievable in the flesh. It ain't happening. So the imperfections of the work is real, and the quality of it is authentic human, because human beings don't expect to hear perfection. They don't expect to, have perfection thrown in their lap and deal with it, because we don't know what that looks like, but we know what it feels like.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the art form itself is a self-realization of honesty and authenticity. And, I just got to ask you, who influenced you to go in this direction? I mean, because I've been, I'm kind of like a historian in a way. And so as a child growing up with parents who grew up during the Depression, man, I mean, they gave me and my brothers so much information about growing up in the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, and on and on. And so this is all sank into us as kids. And I remember sometimes we'd be driving somewhere, we'd be listening to the radio, and my mom would hear somebody from the 1940s and 1950s, a singer or something. And she'd say, "Oh, I used to remember that guy. And he was doing this thing where he'd just be talking through the music. And he would be, it's like one of these romantic poems he would be saying."
Yeah. Yeah.
And one in particular, gentleman by the name of Arthur Prysock was this guy. And Arthur Prysock when Gary sent me one of your tracks, and I was listening to it this morning, and I was like, that's Arthur Prysock, but what I'm saying is, it's just like, that tradition has always been there.
Absolutely.
And you're right there in it, man. You're in the mix, and your whole program is set around that style, which I was thinking, like, I might think it's, was it some Gil Scott Heron that influenced him, or was it, some, some of the last poets, or, because he's got that thing, and I kind of clicked more Arthur Prysock, because it's so romantic.
Yeah.
And it tells the truth. When you're trying to talk to a woman, man, I mean, you come out of the box on them. And so that is what I was feeling. I said, oh, he's good. He's good. So, bringing back that and having people, hear that again, because there are a whole 3 or 4 generations who've never experienced that kind of sound.
That's true. Very true.
Yeah, so you tapped into something.
Let me ask you this, ZEMILL.
Really
Now,
good.
Besides the music, are you still working at 9 to 5?
No. I've retired. I've been.
No.
Oh.
Wait a minute. Hold up. Let me rephrase that now. I've retired from corporate America.
Gotcha.
I am now full time in the music and the writing, the spoken word, the jazz, and all of that. And Vaughn, I just got to tell you, man, that was profound what you said in terms of the authenticity of what it is that we do.
Right.
And when you talk about my process and my influence, I was influenced by Langston Hughes, who was one of the first people ever put, jazz to music. And a lot of people don't know that, but he actually started that, some time ago.
Yeah.
And poets like, Dunbar,
Paul Laurence Dunbar. Yeah.
And Maya. But then my jazz influences come from people named, like Najee and Kenny G, and
right.
Earl Albright, and
right.
Just a myriad of people, Marion Meadows. And I thought to myself, I said, when you look at, I was talking to a guy by the name of Jimmy Miller who heard what I was doing, and he's a great artist, and he said, it's okay to be different, but not just for the sake of being different. And when you talked about authenticity, about being real, that is what we strive to do, with jazz. Like the words you hear, what you see, as I said earlier, is real. It's in the moment. It was what I was feeling in the moment. And so what you're hearing in the music a lot of times, and here's something I haven't really said in a lot of interviews that I've done, but the music for me, the jazz itself, what you heard, and I don't know how many tracks or how much you listen to, all of them started out as a song, as lyrics. And so what you're getting is, and I consider myself a lyrical poet, and poetry and spoken word are two different things.
Right.
Then the blending of the smooth jazz, that's something else. But it started out as a song. So that's why they feel different, because the melodies and the music and the rhythm is what carries you. And if you read and you get to a place where the tertiary level of what you're thinking and you can connect to what it is that I'm saying, then you'll ride the tide.
Right.
Back to what you were saying about the words. I've been there about 20 years, over 20 years in this area. And there's very few places that I can go into and sit down and listen to some spoken word. And that's which is, coming up in Oklahoma, New York and all that, I can go to any place in New York and listen to spoken word with the jazz, behind the jazz.
Absolutely.
That was back in the day. Now it's trying to come back.
Yes.
As a revolving door. Everything comes back again,
Right.
Next time I see you, probably be in a zoot suit.
I don't know about that zoot suit, but I'm gonna be sharp.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
You be back there with the.
Yeah.
I hope I don't see him in a zoot suit.
No, we're not doing it.
It comes back around. It will come back.
Hey, if cats start wearing zoot suits again, I'm like, oh Lord.
We head back to Cap Calloway. We went way back. I know things going.
I wouldn't mind going back to the Sam Cooke stovepipe pants and the silk suits and the sharkskin suits. I can go back to that.
So there's a limit, isn't it?
There's a limit to the retro thing.
That's right.
I always like the little long coats and your pants leg, wide pants leg. Steve Harvey brought a lot of it back. In his repertoire of clothing, and I like that. I don't want some of the more tight leg pants on me and stuff, and you can't get your foot through them. I don't need that.
I got to tell you that whole style, that thing. Some people, can wear it and get away with it, and some is very challenging to observe. How about that?
There you go.
Yeah, because I wouldn't want to see Ray Mack in some skinny jeans.
No, please no.
Oh no, you will never see me in them things.
Oh, I know that.
Never see me in them.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't be able to get in them anyway.
I damn sure wouldn't.
Hey, Ray, I'm proud of you, man. I don't see no snacks on deck.
Yeah.
He's already told me that. I'm expecting at any moment.
What's that?
I'm expecting a chopped beef sandwich or some snacks at any moment. I've already been talking. He's already prepared me for that.
Today, is Veteran Day. All around the city. Wherever you at, they feeding us free.
Yeah.
I just have to make where I want to go later on this evening, where I want to go eat at.
But that don't mean you got to go every spot just because it's free.
Oh, if I go to a couple of spots, I'm gonna bring something back for tomorrow. So I don't have to do no cooking.
But we're happy Veterans Day.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, sir.
Happy Veterans Day.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you for your service.
I
Yeah,
know.
You and all the veterans out there.
I
We
know.
love them all.
I just did a couple of months ago, a friend of mine here, Operation Tiny House, who works with veterans.
What?
You know what? You were there at the event center.
Yeah, I'm right.
He sure was. As soon as he said that, I was going like, wait a minute.
Hold up. You looked at me crazy. I don't gotta sit in. Can we say that on there? Are we okay with that?
Yeah,
Jeff?
you are.
Oh yeah, you're good. You're good.
Hold up. Okay, I was pulling up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Ray was like in the parking, spot. And I was pulling up and he was looking at me like, is he gonna back up on me and just run? I just want you to know, Terry, I didn't get a chance to talk to you that day or that evening about that. I just want you to know, Ray, I wasn't gonna hit you. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I actually moved and went to another toll parking spot because I saw Ray in front of the Irving Art Center. But no, man, I had an opportunity. Ray, that was a great opportunity to recognize the Purple Heart recipients and to perform in front of you guys. And Valerie Ballard, gave me the opportunity to do that. And that was a really, really exciting thing. And I was grateful and appreciative to what the opportunity to do that. But more importantly, to honor you who have served the Purple Heart, the lives, the sacrifices that you guys have made and given this country, I think is understated and quite frankly underappreciated.
Yes, indeed, I agree totally.
Yep.
No doubt.
Because
no
you
doubt.
was up on stage doing that spoken word.
Yeah.
remember.
Yes. No, you are the guy that was out there. I remember you from being in the place, but like I said, when I was pulling up, I was like, oh Lord.
Because we're gonna have to deal with an oldie, huh?
Yeah. So we had to
spicy and seasoned vet.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that was outstanding.
Yeah, I remember, I didn't remember just then. When you said the time, he was at Airbase, he was up on stage doing spoken word. I remember right then.
Wow.
Yeah.
You need to come down there more often, Come to our breakfast on the 18th. We're going to be over by the, over in Oak Cliff. If it's cold, we're going to be at Airbase. But normally we're going to be at the tiny house right there.
Right there, Houston School Road.
Houston School Road, yeah, right.
Yeah. I've been over there. Yeah, I told Valerie I'm going to come over there because I want to get some of those little mini waffles and those whatever those little turkey bacon thing. That was good. So I enjoyed that. So count me in.
Yeah.
Stay strong, Ray. Stay strong.
But shoot. Yeah, man, like I said, we we be around this city doing what we do as veterans, And at the tiny house, and then they got one over in West Dallas that we go to and stuff like that, We have to support each other. If
Absolutely.
we don't support each other, who's going to support us?
Absolutely.
We got to be raising hell about something.
Yeah. So
Yeah. When you said the time, I said, damn, that's where I saw him at. He's up on stage.
Small world.
you never know who you're talking to.
That's right.
That's right.
And see, you never thought you would talk to me again or remember me, would you?
Oh, no, you right. You know what? You are absolutely right. But like I said, I will never forget that look you gave me. That's like burnt in my memory, in my mind.
How funny! Wow.
Yeah, well, my bad. Well, you have to forget.
No. It was, what? It was warranted because, we weren't communicating. I didn't blow the horn. I didn't want to startle you.
ZEMILL, was he giving you a look like try me kind of look?
You know what? He looked at me like, if you back up one more inch, this cane is going to make that car fall apart. He looked like he was about to go Incredible Hulk any second. So, I moved around in my own space. So no.
Yeah. Now we know each other.
Yeah. But you know what? Later on at the show, I don't even know if you remember, when I walked towards him and we were walking towards the fruit tray, he looked at me and gave me a little nod like, okay, that was good.
Yeah. I'm gonna let you off the hook now.
Yeah. We cool. Like he appreciated it, and he nodded, and then I nodded back at him, and I said, "Okay, we there now. We good.
We there.
We're in a good space."
Well, all right.
Man, it worked out pretty good, man. When you said the time, that's where he was at Airbase. He was up on stage doing spoken word.
Yeah.
See, and I had totally forgot about that when you pulled up on me. I forgot about that. But I remember nodding at you in the center there.
Yeah, I actually wrote that piece especially for the Purple Heart recipients. So that was
Right.
an original piece. That was the first time that had ever been done. So that was really challenging because it's always new when you actually do a new piece in front of an audience that has never seen you before or never seen you perform. But again, it was an honor to do it and had to have it be an original, piece was and share it with you guys was really an honor.
Well, you know Fred then, huh?
Oh yeah. We actually went to the play.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so, you know, Fred's always at T-ball and stuff like that. We just, back in August, we done the Sam Cooke story at T-ball.
Yeah, we were there.
Yeah, you was there?
Yeah.
What do you think about it?
I thought the story was good, and I felt like the lead singer. I felt like he really sing. I mean, he sounds like Sam Cooke.
He did, doesn't he?
Yeah. And so I thought that the actual show itself was good and maybe just a little bit shorter. maybe just a little bit shorter, but overall, I thought it was good.
Yeah, because you know, we've been talking with Nate, and we're looking to bring the Marvin Gaye story.
Wow.
But you know, like I've been talking to Fred and Trent, why don't we just bring in to finish the show with Sam Cooke, the Womack, then come back with the Marvin Gaye, then Nat Cole or something like that, you know.
Yeah. Well, now Mr. Fred has been a great supporter of ZEMILL and ZEMILL's Jazz Experience. You know, we were at T-Ball. I was at T-Ball for 10 years. I was doing poetry and jazz for 10 years, and so we were filling that thing up for 2 nights, Friday and Saturday for 2 nights. So built up a great following. I was very fortunate, very blessed to have that platform.
Yeah, because I have been up there a couple of times. What is the female name? She do spoken word. What is her name? The bees up there.
Oh, it's several. B. Randall hosts a show called Poetry Smash.
That's who it is.
Yeah. B. Randall. She's been at that thing for a long time, and she has her own woman's show. So she's really good.
Man, they need to do that more often, you know, around the city, you know, because a lot of people don't even know what spoken word is.
Yeah, it is an amazing thing. But I believe that it's moving. I believe that it's catching up. As you said, it's coming back.
It's coming back.
Yeah, it's coming back, and it's the presentation, and it's the artist, and it's how a lot of them have evolved and gotten better, you know, in their presentation of the actual show. Because when people hear spoken word, they think, "Oh my God!" I'll never forget. Channel 8 guy was on a show, and they booked me to be on the show, this early morning show. And the producer said, "Okay, you're gonna do some spoken word." He said, "I'm not gonna want to kill myself after you start talking."
Oh my God.
You finish it.
Wow.
I said, no, dude, I'm here to light this thing up. So I did an inspirational piece that morning.
Right.
And it's all about, you know, the presentation. And what I do personally in each one of my shows, not only do I add the music and the jazz and with the spoken word, but when I do the spoken word pieces, I do a range of spoken word. I do poetry and spoken word, and I do different subjects. So it's not just the streets and we're killing each other and how many of us have died. It's not just always this. I do the love, I do the intimacy, I do the inspirational, I do the motivational, I veterans, I look at cancer victims, I address all of them. And so I run the gambit because you guys know back in the day, remember how we used to go to concerts and back in the day and you put on an album, and it was just a different feel in every song, and you had a different way of how, you listen to the Barcades, you listen to Barry White, you listen to, because you would mix it up. And those old school parties, that's how we did it. And so any show for me, that's how I like to do it. So whether
that's probably the best way to do it. Like I said, all this is coming back, since I've been here. I'm talking about this has been here over 20-some years. I noticed what come back into view. The cigar bar. But back in the day, it was martini and cigars.
Oh yeah. We had, martini bar was big here back in the day.
Well, talking about, and you meet people that's influential in those bars that's doing things, just like on the golf course. You meet people that's doing stuff, and they don't let me bring you into into that fold to help you what you're trying to do.
Absolutely.
And that brings me to the question that I wanted to ask. Sorry, Ray, but that brought to two things that you said made me think of two questions. Number one, what other instruments do you play? And number two, you also being the producer, is there anyone that we might have known that you have produced, or other things that you have produced that we might not be aware of?
Oh, cool. Good question. I don't play the instruments myself, but again, I have a producer, Joe McCrae, primarily Joe McCrae, and then Lenny Nance and the Fulton Turnage. Fulton Turnage is my saxophone guy who I've worked with. And then I've also done some stuff with Joseph Fincelli, who's a world-renowned saxophone player. So what I do is I give Joe this melody. And then he'll play it, right? And he'll add the music, and he'll do it. And I'll send the melody to Fulton, and Fulton will play it on the saxophone. So I hear saxophone. So what I do is I hear melodies, I hear music, and when I hear words, I hear music.
Yeah, and I saw a picture of you sitting at a piano, and I thought, oh, this guy plays piano. I wonder what else he plays.
I'm actually learning, I'm still learning as a work in progress, learning how, how to play. And so that I continue to work on that part of it, because it's something I've always wanted to do all my life. But I hear the melodies, and in every song, I hear the piano, I hear the bass, I hear the drum, I hear the beat, I hear the whole thing. And then I have people who actually take those melodies and make them a reality. I tell Joel all the time, I give him a note and he gives me a symphony. And that's really the process, and that's how it works.
Nice. You play with one of the baddest keyboard players in this city, which is Lenny. I know Lenny very well.
Yeah.
Our whole family.
Yeah. Lenny and I have done a lot of things. We have on the Intimate Pleasure CD. Lenny went nuclear on a track on the Intimate Pleasure CD called The Naughty Blues. Lenny, he was on now. So Lenny is a bad man. So I'm very fortunate to be able to work with, just like I said, some incredible people who hear what I hear. And the cool thing about Lenny and Joel is when I work with them and I say that I want the beat to a certain way, we'll hit the note, and when they add their own flavor to it, they accentuate and they hear what I hear. And when they hear what I hear, then it becomes magic. And
I'll start here, but that's right.
Indeed. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Sweet.
And I'm sitting, like I said, the process is what really fuels me, because you have all of these entities within the framework, and everybody's bouncing off of each other. Do you, during your performance, do you ever think about improvisation while you're up there?
You know what? I'm gonna let you in on a little something you probably already know, right? When I'm on stage, one of the things I like to do over the last 2 or 3 years, I really enjoy going off the reservation and doing something off the top of my head.
Right.
Like, because sometimes when I'm in the middle of a poem, I may miss a line
Mhm.
that should have been in there,
Right.
but because I'm familiar with it, and thank God again for the blessing, the gift of rhyme, I can come back to it.
Yeah.
But it's amazing you should ask that question, because I was just at T-Ball a couple of weeks ago, excuse me, with B Randall for the Poetry Smash. And what I did was I listened to each one of the poets,
Mhm.
and I went up. I asked her, could I come up, because I really wasn't on the list to perform that night, to do the open mic. And I went up and I listened to each one of the poets. I got up on the mic, and from the mic, I created a poem right there in front of the audience with all of the artists based on a line that they said in their particular poem.
Wow.
So I did it, on the spot. So, it's that part of it, that's a great part of what I do. And it's challenging and it's exciting, because you never know what the next word is going to be.
Right.
You don't know what the next word is going to be. And you're standing in front of people, right? You're standing in front of people, and it's just got to flow. It's just got to be the moment. I'm here, with GHP Radio, the indie live spot. I'm here with Vaughn. I'm here with Ray. Here with Teddy. And I'm here with Gary. We're going to get down tonight. So this don't you worry. We are going to get it done. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's really where I am. And so that's a great question. So
Man.
I enjoy that part of it.
What musician wouldn't? And that's what I'm considering you as right now. You are a musician, vocally and lyrically, and
Thank you.
able to express it in your, even go off on a riff and then come back to the beginning, and still be in that same vibe with the rest of the musicians. And then it's like, oh my God, it's art. It's art in its purest form, and it's jazz in its purest form, because everybody's free.
Yeah.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. My father gave me the name ZEMILL. ZEMILL means joyous melody in Hebrew.
Wow. Okay.
So my father, who was not in my life very much, told me after 20 years of not singing, there was a gap, right? And he said, I'd never given you anything before, and if I had something to give you, it would have been ZEMILL. And I said, why would you do that? The name, my first name is given names Ephraim, which means doubly fruitful. He said, I've heard you perform, and I didn't know he was there. I've heard you perform, and I've seen you. And to me, you make people feel good. And the word ZEMILL means joyous melodies in Hebrew again. So I said, wow, that's deep. And so I said, okay, so I'm going to take that. And I use that moniker in everything that I do. And I've been performing and writing the books and everything under that moniker and under that pseudonym now for about 15 or 20 years, because I believe in the meaning of the word and what it stands for and the creativity that goes with it.
That's so cool. That's very cool.
Man, I'm sorry about that dog barking in the background. I don't know. All of a sudden, he just sort of started barking.
It's all good, man. We all got. I was trying to before the show, hoping that the yard man didn't come. So I get it.
Life happens, bro.
Yeah.
Life happens.
Absolutely. We're on live radio, so we just going with the flow.
There you go.
No doubt.
I'm surprised one of my grandkids ain't ran in here and grabbed an instrument by now. I get it. I totally get it.
Well, I want to take this opportunity and time to let our viewers check out the track that we were talking about a little bit earlier, ZEMILL, and you might want to tell us a little bit about it before we go into it. But it's the Coming Along and Roll With Me is the track. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Actually, that was like one of my. That's how I start each show. This is what I start each show with. Is Come Along and Roll With Me, because I want you to come and join the ride and to feel the groove. And Lenny Nance worked on this with me, and we sat down and came up with the beat, the mood, the groove, and the feel of it. And it's all about an invitation to join ZEMILL on this jazz experience. Come ride with me, come get the feeling, get in the flow, and let us take you to a place that'll warm your heart and stir your soul. So come along and roll with me is near and dear to my heart. It's how I kick off every show, because I want you to come along and enjoy the ride.
Awesome. Okay, well, we're gonna let everybody check it out, and then we'll come back and continue our conversation. If you just tuned in, we are talking to ZEMILL, and we're gonna give you some of this right here, so keep it locked. We'll be right back.
Shut down the computer, it's time to leave work. About to hit the town and put happy hour on alert. You have warm eyes, do you mind if I sit by your side? I was wondering if I could interest you in the ultimate joyride. There'll be no pressure, I'll be on my best behavior. I believe that every moment in life should be treated like fine wine. It can't be rushed, it has to simmer and then be served later. You are very lovely, and your name is? It's a pleasure to meet you, I am ZEMILL. And might I add, that smile you're wearing has hypnotic appeal.
I got what you want, got what you need. Set yourself free, come along and roll with me. If you want a good time, come take this ride. Set yourself free, come along and roll with me.
When I walked up, we were just strangers, but the more we talked, there must have been an arranger. Because I see you like walking on the edge, and I live to have my imagination fed. So let's leave this place and go somewhere time is erased. Whatever your flavor, whatever your taste, with the snap of my finger, it will arrive with haste. Now I know you've heard similar things before, but I promise you after tonight, you'll want for nothing more. So come with me and we'll explore every fantasy you ever wished for.
I got what you want, got what you need. Set yourself free, come along and roll with me. If you want a good time, come take this ride. Set yourself free, come along and roll with me. I got what you want, got what you need. Set yourself free, come along and roll with me. If you want a good time, come take this ride. Set yourself free, come along and roll with me.
computer, it's time to leave work. About to hit the town and put happy hour on alert. You have warm eyes, do you mind if I sit by your side? I was wondering if I could interest you in the ultimate joyride. There'll be no pressure, I'll be on my best behavior. I believe that every moment in life should be treated like fine wine. It can't be rushed, it has to simmer and then be served later. You are very lovely, and your name is? It's a pleasure to meet you, I am ZEMILL. And might I add that smile you're wearing has hypnotic appeal.
I got what you want, got what you need. Set yourself free, come along and roll with me. If you want a good time, come take this ride. Set yourself free, come along and roll with me.
When I walked up, we were just strangers, but the more we talked, there must have been an arrangement. Because I see you like
me for some damn money. My mind is just as young as yours. A young
That's
girl.
the part. That's the part we're talking about.
Okay.
The mind.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Although it gets a little freaky at times. But the mind.
Just to let you. Come on, guys. We back on, guys.
We back on. Yeah, I heard you.
We are live again. We are live again.
And I know the listener people talk about, what are they laughing about? What are they?
People, if you only knew what we was talking about back then.
Well, I don't mind you calling me OG. I just had to review.
It ought to be on pay-per-view.
Oh,
We
man.
talking some crazy stuff back here.
All right. Well, that was really nice, ZEMILL. Very nice.
Yep.
Everybody. Yeah, absolutely.
Y'all missed it because Mac had a PTSD occurrence. ZEMILL has set him off. Y'all missed it all.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Gary.
Yeah, man. Definitely, man. So how much work do you have out there now? You got
In terms of what I'm doing next or what's coming up?
Yeah, well, some of you, like, music like that you've done, and then, of course, some of the, you know what I mean?
Okay, yeah, and I'll go back to that. I didn't finish the question now that you mentioned that. There are 4 CDs that I've done.
Okay.
We've done In the Mix, Timeless, Intimate Pleasures, and ZEMILL's Essential Smooth Jazz. There is a Audacity of Truth CD that I have not released to the public, and I've only done it for the shows, and a ZEMILL Live CD that I have not released to the public. So it's a total of 6. 4 of them have actually been released. I have done not a lot with artists beyond my circle. I've worked on a couple of things with Joe McCrae. He has one of the things that we worked on called, he did a fusion CD that was really, really nice. And one of the cuts on the track is called Focus that he and I worked on. And it's really nice. And so he took the lines and the melody that I gave him, and he put a whole song to it, and he did that. But most of the stuff that I've done with other artists have been with them working with me and giving me the melody, giving them the music, and then they playing it. Okay. So anything that you hear that those guys have done is just incredible, that have been a part of my musical journey.
Nice. Real nice. Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah. If you take a listen for the smooth jazz and see in the background with that trumpet, you made me think about that again. I challenged. I was on with Life magazine the other night, and I challenged him to, if you like smooth jazz. So I go from the spoken word to the smooth R&B to neo soul. So it's all of those things, right? I wanted to do a smooth jazz album just to show you that we could do that, right? That if that was the lane that we chose to go in, that we could do it. And I challenged them. And when you get an opportunity, I challenge you to take a listen to that smooth jazz. The ZEMILL's Essential Smooth Jazz CD.
Mm-hmm.
It's nothing but smooth jazz. I think I have like 8 lines on the whole entire CD, but I made it primarily the smooth jazz side of the jazz.
Okay.
I can totally relate to that. As far as the smooth jazz side is, I just did that to get my foot in the door. But don't let the smooth jazz fool you. As Gary Fusion can attest to that.
Yes.
Personally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear him laughing? I like that maniacal laugh. He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But yes, it's good to be able to jump around different genres. And I like your style. I like your delivery. And I hope to see more of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Absolutely. Well, I'm going to be out there. February, I'm doing a one-man show on Black History Month at the Irving Black Arts Council at the Irving Arts Center in February. So you're in the neighborhood. It's going to be, I believe it's going to be a great show. I'm going to come look at Black history from a different perspective and talk a little bit more about, the achievements of what we have done as a people.
Mm-hmm.
Because, we talk a lot about the lynchings and the killings and all of those things.
Right.
I want to talk about all that we've done. Now, I think I'm right now scheduled to have like a 35 to maybe 40-minute set. And I'm only going to spend like 10 minutes and I'm giving away part of what I'm going to be doing, but it's, I'm here with you guys and I know we good, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm only going to spend about 10 minutes in that part of it. I want to talk about where we are now, what we have to do as a people, and all the things that we have done. And we have been amazing. And yes, when you hear spoken word, a lot of it is, a lot of it is just being Black. A lot of it is, when I leave my house, will fate get me home, or will I just be another number that life dialed up wrong? Poor guidance, sanction, silence, jail, migration, desperation of fallen sons, nowhere to run. The law is raw, and not enough has changed for people of color with unknown names.
Well.
And still I rise. That's right.
This is how it is from sunrise to sunset. I'm living in this hell. Just tell me what's next. I didn't come here to start us trouble. I'm just here to
put that on video. You need a video of that.
Man,
thank you for that, man.
Struggle just being Black. So I'm gonna do some of that, right?
That sounds great.
I'm gonna do some of that. But I'm also
put on video.
So I gotta tell you, man. You got to look. I'm right here in the heart of the ATL.
Come
Atlanta.
on now.
You got to come to Atlanta with that, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? I was in Atlanta and I have performed at the Apache.
Okay. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay. Okay. Yeah. You need to come back, man. Oh my gosh.
Man,
well, you need to bring it to California too, my brother.
Yeah, I was born and raised.
I was in
California.
I was in California. We actually did. I actually did come along and roll with me at one of my friends, a Hall of Fame football player. At one of his parties, I did come along and roll with me at a New Year's Eve party. We rocked the house. It was
where in California was that?
Near Malibu.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you was like, you was in that area, bro.
Yeah.
Oh man, come on now. Yeah.
Up there, man.
No doubt.
Oh my gosh, right off the coastline too.
Yeah. But no, I've been to Apache. I was just in Atlanta a couple of months ago. I was in Atlanta in August also.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
no,
man,
they hopping. Atlanta is hot, man.
You got to come here and spit that fire like that, man.
Oh man, yeah. We've got to we got to do that. I got to get back. I got to get back to Atlanta. But when we go forward, when I look at the show that's coming up in February, once I get past that, I'm gonna sit down and just really look at the dates, on some places that I want to go, because I'm also about to do a brand new single. And it's going to be way off the reservation because I'm going to go back old school. I'm doing like an old school R&B groove with a little dance to it, right? It's coming in December, 15th. So Gary, so you're one of the first or second, only the second person publicly I've said that to or announced that to.
Awesome.
So we're going to do something different, but our goal is to again show the diversity of who we are, and also, and this is kind of like in the back of your mind, and we've been teasing each other about the OG and the age thing and all those kind of things, right?
Yeah.
And the whole goal is I'm a seasoned individual as well, right? The ability to let everyone know that you can still do amazing things no matter where you are, whatever stage of life that you're in.
Absolutely.
And I'm going to promote that, to be the best version of you. There's no expiration on how great you can be at whatever time or juncture of life that you're in.
Say that again. Say that again.
I'm gonna put that. There's no limit on how great or how
I know.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
You just said something, ZEMILL. I heard a lady get tired of. She said, "We're not senior citizens.
Yeah.
Seasoned citizens.
Seasoned. Absolutely.
Seasoned.
Seasoned. You know, yeah.
That's us, man. That's us. You know,
Yeah.
we are literally the last of the baby boomers.
You know what? The spice that we bring to life in our perspective, we look back and we think about all the things that we've been through, because I come from the family of being, whooped with extension cords or anything that was close.
Hot wheel tracks,
Hot wheel tracks. We talking Hot wheel tracks. We talking Rock'em Sock'em Robot.
Hey.
Y'all too young to know anything about that. Y'all don't know nothing about that.
They don't know nothing about that, do they?
I do. I remember.
I know.
I got my brother one for his birthday last year.
Yeah, so we come from all that.
You should never mention those daggone stitching cards, boy.
I know.
I still got some brand new
between a stitching and these trees called willow.
Yes.
And they braid them together and put them in the oven and kind of bake them They just
Oh, damn, Ray.
Oh,
like
God.
a whip, boy.
But I tell you what's cold-blooded.
Many a time.
I tell you what's cold-blooded, Ray. That's when your mom tells one of your siblings to go outside and get a switch.
Oh, I know. I've been there,
To
too.
whip you with.
Yeah.
To whoop you with. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
My mom, hey man, my mom told my brother that this fool came back with a piece of fence with a nail in it.
Oh, Lord.
Now, for what we went
They
through,
always
we would be
specify.
abused today.
That's love.
Yeah,
They
you're
always
right, ZEMILL.
specified, you go get the switch. They tell you to go out there and get you a couple of them off that willow tree out there.
Yeah. But you know
If
what?
you
They
come
taught
back with
us
something
discipline.
small, oh, it's over then. Don't come
They
back
taught
with
us
anything
Go
4
ahead.
4 inches long. Don't come back with nothing like that.
Oh, no. It was a tree trunk. It was a tree trunk.
It had to be delivered.
Yeah.
With some weight attached to it. That was,
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah. Oh, man, come on now. So we
Yeah, it's
come
got to
from
be
this
real.
space. Yeah.
But I did hear you, ZEMILL. ZEMILL, I heard you right. Right now, that would be considered child abuse, where they got things going on.
Absolutely. we talking jail time.
It's crazy.
Your parents are talking jail time. But you know what? They taught us discipline. They taught us respect. You know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's a different mentality. There's no shade on this this generations or a couple of those that are behind us, but we're in a different space now in terms of how we treat and talk to each other, and the relationships between parents and children is different. And like, I don't know the overall format of what I don't want to go to a direction that we don't want to go to, but I just think that we're in a different space in terms of our relationships with our children, and circling back to the music. And it's something Von, I think you mentioned earlier. One of the things ZEMILL's with Jazz Experience, I want to take you back to a time when words meant something, when poetry and conversations, and it wasn't just text messages, and it wasn't just electronic, it wasn't AI, and we get back to a place to where we're having face-to-face conversations like this. And even this is technology, but we're still having conversations, right?
Indeed.
But the face-to-face interaction, the real interaction, the music, the reality of where we are now, that's a part also of where it is that I want to go and what it is that we're doing. And so that's a part of the overall plan. That's the grand scheme of things that I want to take you back. I want to give you that feeling of that thought of that vibe when you could stroll down, like you were listening to, the Temptations and listening to that music that just made you that, because music could take you to a place, right? Yeah, take you to a place.
Yeah.
And, that's actually one of the lines in something else I did. The music, it's in the melodies that takes me to a place that allows my feelings and my heart to be safe. Music to do that.
Yes,
Hence
indeed.
the logo and the title of what I put above it called the Jazz Aesthetic. All that music you were that you're speaking of at this point, I'm go back to Motown and Stax, Curtum Records, Blue Note, Impulse.
Impulse, whoa.
Verve Records. You go back to all these labels, man, and you after a while you knew what you were going to get. And I was just thinking, just hearing your conversation about where you've been and where you are now and your growth. I'm thinking, the stuff that Abby Lincoln was doing with Mac Roach and her spoken word and all of that intensity and fire she was bringing in a lot of doing Oscar Brown Jr. Ralph Ellison and all of these people, man, and you're carrying on a tradition of this art form that is really, you might be at the forefront of it returning back to prominence. That's how I look at it right now.
Well, thank you so much.
Esperanza Spalding doing the same thing with her stuff, and then what is her name? The bassist, NDG Cello.
Yeah. Okay.
That sister on bass doing her thing with her spoken word, and it's you're right in that. You're in the cut. You're in the cut, man.
Thank you.
Even Malcolm Jamal Warner's doing that. He's doing it too.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. The goal is to be in that vibe and in that, in that lane, in that feeling, people can relate. And I really appreciate you, hearing that, hearing where it is that I'm going. And it's a lot of times connecting people, like-minded people or like music people, vibes that that allows me to be pulled upstream. And as we continue to grow and the brand and the name continues to spread, we feel good about the direction that we're going, because, that's actually one of the things that I focused on. Today, these young people, they primarily focus on, like the following. But what I did something different. And, I might would have done it a little different now that I look back at it, 10 years. They build a whole bunch of people following, and then they release it, and then all of a sudden they're boom and go viral. What I did was I focused on the music. I focused on the product. I focused
Good job.
I focused on the sound. So when you hear the sound, when you hear the music, whether it's me speaking or whether you hear the instrumentation, it's mixed. The engineer, Darryl Good, Marion J., who works with me, we're in the studio, we're listening to the sound in every single track and every single note. And then Dr. J, Julius Hobbs, it's mastered by a Grammy Award winning mastering guy in San Francisco. So when you hear what we produce, I focused a lot on that part of it. And then I had to work on it, because there are a lot of talented, spoken word artists out there. There are a lot of talented musicians, people out there. So I decided I wanted to carve my own lane in my own space.
Right.
And we feel good. And I thank God, I feel we were blessed to be able to do that.
Cool.
Great
always
job.
good it's
Great job.
always good. Do you feel like when you're in that lane and you're just languishing in it and just and the flow is just I understand. I get it. I get it.
Yeah. So no, and I tip my hat to a lot of them because I've learned so much for so many of them. You know, I was performing, opening up for a gentleman who I thought was just incredible, and you know, arrogance slipped in, and that's why I always remain humble because you know I thought I was pretty good, you know, and then I said, why am I opening up for him, you know, this guy, and then I went and sit in the audience and I listened to him, and you know, 7. And I listened to him and I said, okay, I realize why I'm opening up for him.
Right.
Because you know what? I'm not there yet. And it allowed me the opportunity to go tell him, I will never feel that way again.
There's always a faster gun, man.
Oh man, come on now.
Always another slinger, gunslinger.
Oh now. It's always a singer, better, sharper, faster, all those kind of things.
Yeah.
But you know what? That kind of thing allows us to grow.
Yeah.
And that's why you should stay in your own lane, and like you say, and cut your own lane.
Yeah, you're in your own lane. You remain humble to knowledge. You try to learn something every day. You work to learn. I work to get better every single day, and I think about that. And every time, you know, I start to feel a little good about myself, I start thinking about how far I had to go. I even think about, and this may sound crazy, I even think about where I came from. I think about having to catch the bus to go to work. I start thinking about my mother who got up at 4:30 in the morning to support 3 boys on her own. I start to think about those kind of things. And so that life and all of those things is what drives the music and the passion, because you know it's all in you, and you have to be able to express those kind of things. If it's in you, it's easy to reach down and grab it and to use it and to feel it, and hopefully it comes through in the performance and through the microphone.
See, we're all artists. We just use different paintbrushes.
There you go.
Absolutely.
You know.
You said it right, CTK. That's right. We're all artists, man. That's what we do. I was going to mention that I spent 34 years studying acting. So I know exactly what you're talking about, because I go back to the whole thing you were talking about, perfection. As like I said, as human beings, we can never be perfect, because we're flesh, you know, and you know, we're going to be, you know, subjected to, you know, having problems, literally, you know. And so that's our walk of life. But by the same token, you know, we can't sit back and say, since we can't achieve perfection, I can't do this. No, you can still do it.
Yeah.
But let your imperfections be what's unique to you. You know,
be who you are.
And unique, to be who you are.
Nobody can be you, but
nobody
you.
can be you.
Nobody can be you.
Well, I noticed that when I was working along other actors and stuff, you know, they were marvelous at them being them. And that's what sells.
Oh, yeah.
You know, that's what sells. That unique quality in that individual cannot be repeated by anybody else.
Authenticity.
I'm perfect.
That's it.
I'm perfect.
And that's what we're perfect in our own way.
Yeah.
But
it's
still
no mama whips one butt the same way.
Yeah.
You know, we're all going to be fumblers and bumblers our entire lives.
That's right.
You know, that's what we do. You know?
That's right.
That's every single day, you know. And I think that part of the problem is with just society in general and people in general is they spend so much time working on who they're supposed to be on rather than really cultivating who they are.
Yeah.
You know,
There you have it.
Yeah, you know, it's not about me trying to emulate you and be like you because society says I'm supposed to be this way. And I look at TV, you know, young people, I'm supposed to talk like this, I'm supposed to dress like this, I'm supposed to, you know, to be who you are, be your authentic self. And if that is not enough, then that's not your problem as it relates to people.
Right.
When you're comfortable with who you are, life is better mentally, emotionally, and all of those things. They fall in line. So,
and that's what we have to teach the young kids. That we got to teach them that. We got to teach them compassion.
Yeah.
And we got to let them know that, you know, where they come from, and that the stuff that you're seeing now on social media. It's just totally crazy, and it's out of hand. It's gotten out of hand. So we got to teach these kids as best we can and catch them as young as we can.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this something that I wasn't gonna say to tell anybody, but an experience. Because the reason why I thought about it, because you were thinking about the kids, and we were talking about how you teach the kids. My wife and I was coming out. She was in the car. I was coming out of a store, and outside was this brother who was disabled, and he was homeless, and he didn't have any pants on. I went by. I said, "Hey, how you doing, man? How you doing?" And he says, "I'm all right." And then I went by him again to go back to the car, and he stopped me, and he said, "Hey man, I thought you were going to ask me for money." I said, "I'm sorry, I just have a card right now." He told me, "I'm not asking for money. I need some pants."
Wow.
And it hit me, and I got into the car, and I looked at my wife, and she said, "What's up?" I started taking off my pants. My grandson's sitting in the back seat. My granddaughter's sitting in the back seat. I said to my grandson, I told him, I said, "Dada, you know who Jesus is?" He said, "Yeah, Poppy, I know who Jesus is." I said, "I'm gonna give these pants to this guy." I took them off. My wife put $5 in it. Took it to the guy. He couldn't get them on quick enough. But I wanted my grandson to see. I couldn't tell my wife that story and have my grandkids listening to it, who are 7 and 13,
Yeah.
and not see their Poppy, not do nothing about it. So we have to teach our kids, not in just those type of manners, but all types.
All types.
Absolutely.
Amen.
Absolutely.
I really didn't want. I'm sorry if I really didn't want to say that, but
Oh no. Don't feel that way. Okay,
No, man, that's real.
That's
and you know
real.
what? That's real, and I think that's another concern. If you see something, say something, and if it's on your heart to do it, in whatever platform or whatever, arena that you are, you have to express it, man. Because you never know, how it's going to impact the lives of somebody else. You just really, you really, really never know. So. And you don't know how infinitely, impactful that was for children, for a 7 and 13-year-old to hear, to understand, and to see that, and to understand the empathy, the thought of giving, what that means, and understanding the empathy that you showed in order to be able to do such a thing. So that's an incredible act of veracity there. I mean, that's
my wife knew exactly what I was going to do. There was nothing from her, but she was kind of like, don't tell nobody, and I kind of agreed with her on that. But just thinking what we were talking about, and how we got the impressions that we make with our kids, be it music, spoken word, all that reaches the kids, and I know they're listening as well.
Yeah. And it's important, and I know this may sound caustic or trite. However, if we're saying something, right, you have, first of all, in order to reach them, you got to get their attention. Then when you get their attention, you have to be saying something. And I'll never ever forget, as long as I live, Thomas McClary, founder of the Commodores, right? Founder of the Commodores. I performed for a Susie Carter conference. I was at a conference in San Diego, right? And I got an opportunity to sit down and have a conversation with him. And he said, "Man, I want to tell you, I want to thank you for what you bring to the art." He said, "Because, man, you be saying something." And I say that to say this: if we can get their attention, and we can, in that parenthesis of time that we have, that attention that we have, we say something, we ought to plant that seed then, because their mindset and their thought process, everything is this right now. So when we get an opportunity to pour into them or to say something, we got to be passionate with it. We've got to be sincere with it, because they look past the BS. They know when you're not real.
Oh my God,
But we've got to be able to take that moment, say something, and make sure that it's something that's going to solve a problem, ease their pain, or enlighten their minds, or change their mindset. that's the goal. And again, I keep coming back to the circle of Pajaz and what I believe. I believe that I have to be saying something. I believe that, this Tuesday's truth. I have to be saying something. Wednesday's word. One of them is this: we are the sum of the choices we make, the chances we take, and the opportunities we create.
Amen.
We are the sum of the choices we make, the chances we take, and the opportunities we create. Right?
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Right. Absolutely.
You have to convey that. You have to convey that message.
That's beautiful, man.
Yeah.
I kind of say something similar to that to my sons. I said, you are more than the sum of your parts.
Oh yeah. Greatness.
You are more than the sum of your parts. You have no idea what you're capable of doing.
Right.
Exactly.
No idea.
And you have and back to CTK, you were talking about the kids. We were talking about the youth and what's going, and we're talking about passing it on. What you say to them, one of the things that changed my life, one of the things that shaped my life or who I am today, was my teacher in the first grade told me, after I won a poetry contest. I was 6 years old. I won a citywide poetry contest when I was 6 years old.
Wow.
And she said to me, I was in the projects, living in the West Dallas projects, linoleum floors. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about powdered milk, government cheese. I'm talking about all these different kinds. She said to me, you have an opportunity to be somebody in this white man's world. You are talented. You are gifted. You could be somebody. And do you know, I believed it. And that helped shape that helped shape the person that I became. And so we go back to talking about those kids. We have to reach them when they are young.
Yes.
I'm thinking we need to start, 4, 5, 6 years old, because they're smart enough now, man. They logging in the computers at 2.
Oh yeah.
In the phone, and lock your phone at 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's wild.
I was at the airport. I seen a 2-year-old with an iPad in the carriage. I'm like, whoa. And even my wife said, look at that. Whoa.
Mm-hmm.
But
they're on it, man.
Oh yeah, man. They got to reach it. We got to reach it. So
and like you said, today's kids, they know the BS, even at that young age. My grandson's 7. We picked him up from school Friday. He goes in the house. I said, now, when you get in the house, I'm going to beat you up 3 or 4 times and mess you up. You know what he told me? Yeah. You're going to go in there and you're going to take a nap.
What?
Then you're going to get up, then you're going to take another nap. I couldn't argue with the little dude, man.
Oh, man. They already know the routine, man.
They know.
They know the routine.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Bond, that's what he be telling me some crazy stuff, Bond. He tell me I can't get him because I'm slow.
Yeah. And I got to look. I got 2 boys.
3-year-old, I was that fast when you was 3. He said you were fast. He said, but now you're slow.
All right.
I said, I'm gonna get you. You know what he told me? Come get me.
Did he tell you can't catch him?
Now you can't catch him.
No, he worse than that, ZEMILL. Worse than that. He said, come get me.
Wow.
I was done.
You had to do a double take. What?
I was done, man. I was done with him.
You started to walk away and then look back at him. See, he shouldn't be so smart. He shouldn't be.
But he's a grade A student, straight A student. He's a model soccer player, a good team player. He's a soccer star. He's a good kid. But after all that, just for me, because we did all the daycare raising him, right? So I taught him like verbal jujitsu. He'll say, no, you, all day, you. And that's how he's growing up with confidence. He knows his spot. He knows when to be humble. He's a good kid. So yeah, we do make a lot of impressions on our kids, and God hope we continue to.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Every day. So I see that you're a musician as well. I see all the boards in the background and all those kind of things.
Who, me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
CTK. No, he just got all that stuff is hot.
Yeah.
That's all cap.
Yeah. I see the trumpet in the background.
Dude, I don't know. Look, man, I do not know what you speak of.
I see you.
Why you get that impression?
I see you in the studio.
I don't know why. I don't know why you get that impression or why you feel a certain way. I just can't understand it.
Yeah.
But I hope one day you will.
Yeah.
What I might be talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know. I have no idea what you may be speaking of at all. Know it all.
Get it started.
I might have dabbled in something a little bit.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just saying.
I got to go out there and take a look at it, man. Take a listen at it. I'm looking forward to checking you out.
Well, you can find it anywhere. Go to YouTube, CTK, The Second Coming. Go to Clarence T. Kyle. You can find me everywhere. Spotify. Okay.
Oh, man, I got to do that. I got to reach out to it. And so, and same here. ZEMILL for Jazz Experience, Smooth Jazz, Smooth R&B, ZEMILL's Essential Smooth Jazz, Apple Music, Amazon, Tidal, Spotify. ZEMILL's Essential Smooth Jazz, the Timeless, the Intimate Pleasures, In the Mix, whatever mood you're looking for, what we can set it up for you. I was teasing the guys last week on the last show. I said, one of the things about following ZEMILL's Essential Smooth Jazz, particularly the Intimate Pleasures, either one of them, right? I'm your setup guy. I'm your setup guy. You know what? I'm here for the fellas as much as I am to entertain the ladies.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let me just say this: you will win. I'm gonna leave it there.
I like that.
No, you don't stop.
That.
Oh no,
you don't stop. You'll win.
You win. Yeah. You win. You win.
We win.
Nice.
I like that because we don't hear that often, bro. We don't hear that often.
Oh man, let me tell you something. My whole thing about the music, like I said, it's the goal is to make you feel good. Is to get you in that place, and do it in a way that does not have to be explicit.
Right.
Because there's a way that you do it, and I believe that you can take the words of how you say something. It doesn't have to be PDF, and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
You don't have to cut. You don't have to strip.
Yeah. And so, the intimacy, I've said it a million times, the intimacy in its purest form is being able to connect without physically touching. And when you're able to do that, when I'm able to invigorate your mind and satiate your mind, then the other parts, everything else is just going to fall. It's going to fall in place.
Mm-hmm. Indeed.
That's right.
All right.
That's right.
So, have you guys had the music to come along and roll with me? What do you think about the come along and roll with me?
I think it's empowering, actually. It's like,
yeah.
I think it's empowering, and it puts me, when you say roll with me, it puts me in the passenger seat with you. I like that. I like that.
Well, anything that I can say that, I mean, it's going on. You're speaking to what fuels me is when you say come along and roll with me. It's like, okay, I'm with you on this because
I'll trust you. Yeah,
because it changes the dynamic because you're giving me something new, a different perspective to look at certain things, and so my curiosity is heightened. In. I'm like, okay, so where are we going now? So this has another vision for us. So we're about to explore something unique, something that's going to be helpful to us all.
Not like a Wayne Brady and Dave Chappelle along, right?
I mean, when I hear that, I'm starting to take notes. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm always looking. I enjoy challenges like that, you know. But sometimes I have to be, you know, in my situation after 36 years of marriage, I got to kind of like keep it in perspective. If it ain't if it ain't time for it, I have to catch you later. But we will be going soon.
Yeah, that's why I want to go to 36 plus. Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
Yes.
Well, that, you know, when you pick up Vaughn, I again take a look at the ZEMILL's Essential Smooth Jazz. The last track on there is called "Feeling Saxy," and the uplifting Fulton Turnage is leading on that saxophone on there, and Ray Lenny is also tickling the keys on that. That is something, you know, if you want to start the day, the mood, you set the mood.
Right.
Spanish Rain, just like I said, just any one of those tracks on that.
Okay.
Now see, ZEMILL, if our sax sister Joyce had been here,
Oh man.
and hear you say that,
yeah.
Wow.
she'd have jumped all over that.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, Joyce is great, man. She's greatness. Yeah.
She's a sweetie. She's a sweetie.
Oh, man, yeah. You know, this is probably 10 years ago or so. I was actually on the show with Joyce. Yeah, in a place up in Plano. And yeah, so it's a small world. You never know. You don't know who I know. You don't know who I don't know who you know. So we never know. You know.
You never know. That's right.
Or
who you run into.
Or who you run into. I'm looking directly at the screen right now, bent over with the
I
camera.
ain't saying no names.
We're not calling any names. We're not calling any names. We're not black shirt, gray beard, glasses. We're not gonna tell y'all that.
Boy, I tell you. Yes, indeed.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, very good, very good. Well,
yeah, Tony, he was when he was out here a couple of weeks ago, he said, "Man, I'm going down there over in Deep Ellum." I said, "Man, shit, it's already 11 o'clock. He might be through doing what he's doing." He said, "Yeah, you're right about that. You know, I went to out to Denver to my uncle's service, right? And that was Tony. He know my whole family out there. And you know, we done had him on the show. I had him up in Oklahoma playing and doing things, man. But I never knew he knew my family up in Denver. Ain't that wild?
Well, ZEMILL, I have a lot of family in Dallas. The Walkers and the Counselors.
Okay. Wow.
And we go to Dallas at least once a year.
Okay.
And the section to where they're buying all the old houses up.
Okay. Oh yeah, they're doing that a lot around here actually. And you know that house that was $30,000. You know the gentrification is real.
To the 30th power, yes, they're doing it to the 30th power.
Oh my goodness gracious! It's unbelievable what they're doing in terms of gentrification.
It is. It's crazy. It's totally crazy. But yeah, I do. I have been to Dallas a few times, and I have caught some good music out of there. And I'm gonna be looking for you next time I'm down that way for sure. You can count on that.
Yeah, we got to get together and collaborate, man. Do some stuff.
See, TK does that. I'll roll up on you, brother.
Come on,
either
man.
on the internet or in person.
Come on now, bro. Come on with
I'll
it.
roll up. As a matter
Come
of fact,
on.
collaborate. I'm gonna just throw something out there real quick. I was honored to play on Christian Damason's new album that's coming out next year. And he had hit me up a couple of weeks ago. He said, "Hey man, how long will it take for you to turn the song around?" That was on a Friday. I said, "Well, I'm doing something, finishing up something this weekend. I'll have it for you Monday evening." Bam! Had it for Monday evening. He was excited. I was excited. But I'm honored and proud to say that I am on track 12. So
wow!
I look forward to people hearing that, and he is as well, I'm sure. But yeah, I do collaborations. I do a lot of other stuff. A lot of stuff I do, I keep it on the low, actually.
You actually got something cooking right now, don't you?
You know that's right, and don't you say anything, Gary.
Okay.
See, Gary, if y'all don't know, y'all out there in the chat room don't know, I bug this guy every day. I know you hear me say that, but I'm not playing. That's why I know he ain't got no job.
You can track it down. You can track it down.
Dude, every time I call him, he answers my phone calls.
I can multitask.
I don't get that. Oh, call me back, CTK. I'm working. I don't get that. I get it. What you doing, boy?
Well, make sure you connect. Let's connect. I'm at ZEMILL for Jazz Experience on Facebook.
I'm sorry again, the Facebook one again?
ZEMILL for Jazz Experience.
Gotcha.
ZEMILL for Jazz Experience on Facebook. ZEMILL for Jazz on TikTok and Instagram.
Now that's
you don't want to hear that Facebook one.
That's POJAZZ, right?
Yeah, Jazz.
Okay.
POJAZZ.
POJAZ.
Cool. Yes, I will do that.
Yeah. And really, I've been putting it out there. It's really pronounced Pajazz. But everyone sees the poetry and the jazz, and they put Pojazz. Which is
police,
yeah, which is okay. It's cool. You know, it's kind of like, you know, the name ZEMILL. Some say ZAMILL, some say ZEMILL, right? Yeah. But however it is you do it, I appreciate it because you appreciate what it is that we're bringing it to you.
Because you know how to do, brother.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sadie, Sade, you know.
Yeah. So it's all good. So the TikTok, ZEMILL on ZEMILL for Jazz Experience on Facebook, ZEMILL for Jazz on TikTok, ZEMILL for Jazz on Instagram, and ZEMILL.com for all things here.
Okay.
What we got going on. So it's always it's always nice to chop it up with guys and like-minded people who make you feel so comfortable, then you can be so at ease, you know, with. So that part of it, I just wanted to make sure I interjected that before we went any further, you know.
Yes, people in the chat room, but check him out, tell your friends about it, and have them tell a friend.
Absolutely.
And speaking of a chat room, maybe you want to give a shout out, Mr. Vaughn, to some of the people in that chat room. I know they'd love to hear the voice of wisdom and experience.
Let me see. How do I get to the chat room? Where am I? Oh, there it is. Is that us? There's something that says chat here. No, that ain't it.
What? Well, you know, I sure appreciate that.
Are you on the? Who's on the chat other than?
Well, CTK,
help them out, Ray.
Go ahead, CTK. You right there.
Oh, you know, I will, but my phone died. But I know.
Okay.
In there. Okay. I know Yvonne J is in there. I know Kia Hyde is in there.
So I have to go to my phone.
Keith Gilhurst is in there. The usuals, Algeria, Marilyn Ford usually in there.
Yeah, she's in there.
I'm just going from people I know.
I don't know who's M. Evans.
Evans is new to me.
Yeah. That's Jay. She's in there. She came in there. She rolled in there with me. Yeah, there should be a couple of people, you know, that I talked to. So
well, we just want to say hi to everybody and thank you for coming into the chat room and thank you for the people outside the chat room.
And shout out to Desiree as well.
Support this brother and visit him wherever you see he's available.
And you know, Desiree, you know, she rolls with me big time. She's incredible at what she does. PR, just her personality. She's real. She's down to earth. She's been amazing. So I just big time shout out to Desiree and to each one of you guys and to Gary, man. Again, thank you for the opportunity to do this and all of you in the conversations that we had. So
you're welcome.
We've got to all make sure that we, you know, DM each other, get our emails and stay in contact so that we can make sure that we all support each other on what it is that we are doing.
Absolutely.
Yes, sir.
Yes, because that's a lot that Gary does. Gary puts himself out there every week, even though he ain't got no job. that boy will promote this station and play everybody's music and support him. That good hair looking boy. That I'm gonna change my hairstyle every day looking boy. That I'm gonna release a video every week looking boy. That dude right there.
You crazy chick.
Well, ZEMILL, I didn't get a chance. I didn't get a chance to blow you out for a couple of weeks ago. I don't know how in the hell anybody forget to put it on the books. And he knew he was gonna be on the show.
Hold up.
Wait a minute, what's he talking about?
Here come Uncle Joe.
Here, Uncle Joe.
Uncle Joe. Here comes Uncle Joe.
I thought the train at Petticoat Junction had gone ahead and headed down I-20, headed down I-20.
I know, man.
Yeah,
You know how it goes, right? You know how they say, and there's Uncle Joe, he's moving kind of slow.
Yeah. At the junction. At the junction.
junction.
Like I'm looking at this one post on the chat. Henry Mixon said in a parking lot. I think that's between for Ed and ZEMILL.
Yeah, he was at the ceremony.
Oh, okay, wonderful.
That's funny.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't know where it's gonna be at on the 18th. It'll probably be at the tiny house. It might be at the. You ought to come on back up. You're welcome.
I will thank you for the invite, and I'm always going to come. You know, I've known Valerie for a long time. She's incredible in what she does, and again, the veterans. That's just an incredible and wonderful thing that you guys do, and again, for all that you've done and do. And I'm going to have to make it up there because, again, I like the waffles and the camaraderie, and really the guys who just welcome a stranger in their midst, you know what I'm saying? And so that was just cool hanging out with you guys. So now I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah.
But I was here to protect you because I know how Andre these guys can get, man. That's why I wanted to be a co-host on today's show, because sometimes the one on the far right, that guy. You gotta watch it.
Got to keep on. But see, I understand now the whole personality. I think Gary just sits back and just let everyone.
He's the true. Gary is the true moderator. That's what
Moderator. He's pretty here to have himself.
All the thing I do, I just show up.
Before you came on the show, I'm just glad you guys got your differences settled and you didn't come on the show and surprise him.
Like I said, what had happened was what had happened was there was something else. There was something going on that came up, and it was just an amazing a collision of timing that prohibited the appearance of said person. How is that?
A said person. A said person. That's really playing it safe, man. A said person. If that's something you heard OG and all that set them off.
That's it. That's it.
Yeah, no, man, no.
Don't set them off.
Yeah. So,
oh man, ZEMILL, I'm the same way 24/7. It's kind of hard for as you say, this OG to change.
Hey, Ray done sat up in the chair a little bit too. Hey, let me tell you something.
Hold up.
Oh, no.
You know what? Your first impressions are, just that old cliche, you never get a second chance to, make a first impression. My first impression of Ray, the very first time I saw him, was not only OG, but it was OG don't mess with me. You see what I'm saying?
With the cane.
with a cane. So
Okay.
yeah. So I didn't know if he was gonna go ninja on me or not.
Especially when it was putting the cane forward. When it was putting it forward like that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
ZEMILL, I'm a relevant.
And he looked down at you with one eye white.
Yeah, I'm a nice fella, you know.
Like Uncle
You know,
Ruckus.
but I'm the kind of person I'll let you know. You know. But you know, I don't have no malice in my heart about nothing, man. I just move along. Move along.
And, and CTK, he's cool about it though, right? You see, Vaughn.
He's cool now.
Yeah. But hold on, y'all missed it a moment ago, right? When he kind of tilted their head a little bit and looked over at the screen there. That look right there.
Yeah, that's the look.
But see, you caught him in rare form because he used to be like this.
Not drifting.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm something to go to sleep, man. You know,
he woke
I stay
today.
up all night, you know. And, you know, I stay up kind of late, you know. Then I get up early, and sometimes I just get sleepy, man. I just might nod off. But
Ray,
I have not missed a word you said, though.
But you were great today. Ray, you were fantastic today.
You did good. He did good.
You were fantastic.
Yeah.
Said no snacks, no sleep.
He came up like a real champ today. I'm proud of you.
Oh, I had to come on the show. To let him know you don't miss this show. You got to put it down on your books.
I put it down on my books, and like I said, unforeseen situations.
Well, I told Gary this. What he gonna say? We always got the word because you told Desiree. I forgot to put it in my book.
You know what, Desiree? Let me tell you something, Desiree. Okay, let's go full disclosure now, right? Since we
come on with it.
Hold up, hey Gary, how much time? Gary, how much time do we have, Gary?
You got a little time. Go ahead.
Okay. What had happened was.
Here we go.
I had it on the books, right? I had it on the books. I stopped lying in 1992. If someone asked me a direct question, I tell them the total truth. If you ask me a direct question. So here it is. I had it on the books. And when I talked to Desiree, right? She's like phenomenal at like sending the link and all of those kinds of things, to me. And I put it down. And I was thinking when she gave it to me or she confirmed it to me, when I went back to find it in my notes, rather than asking her, I made a mistake. Rather than asking her, okay, what was all of the information, for the show The Connection, like I've done for everything else that I've done, I didn't write it down at the time it was done. I didn't enter it at the time it was done into the phone or on the calendar. I noted it. I made a mental note of it, and I said, okay, I'm going to do it. But when I went back to find the email or the thread, I couldn't find the thread. And what I should have done when her and I spoke on that Thursday was to confirm, like you guys send the flyer and everything today or and on last week. I didn't do that, so let me own up to that part of it. And I'm at a space now where if I don't write something down, if I don't put it down, it's not happening, no matter what it is doctor's appointment. If I don't write it down, if I don't put it in the calendar at the moment that it was given to me, it's not happening. It didn't. And I kept feeling it was something I'm supposed to be doing. There's something that's supposed to be happening. And then so when she reached out to me and we talked, I was like, damn.
I know that feeling.
I'm not liking Ray's body language.
Yeah.
And I was, and so my deepest and most humble apology to each one of you, to Gary, to each one of you. Yeah. So that's the whole thing, recorded, no sugar coated. My deepest apologies. I needed to put it down, and it's got to go on the calendar, and I got to write it down. And with anything that I do, I've got to make sure that it's locked in 3 different places. It's locked in on my phone, it's locked in on my computer, and it's in my notes for the week.
Well, I'll give you a pass on that one.
I'll give him one too, because I was co-host that week. But
I'll give you a pass.
Oh my God.
One pass. One.
You know,
it's all good, ZEMILL. It's all good, brother.
It's all good.
Hey, man, to show good, Faith, I'm gonna, like I said, let you guys know that when I release the song that I'm getting ready to, this old school vibe that I'm gonna do, Gary, I'm gonna make sure that I reach out to you and to let you know, say, hey man, before I'm letting everybody know that I'm coming. She's like right now, this is what's happening. So I've got some new things coming up between t-shirts and the Black History. Like most of the public do not know about the February 18th thing. And so I'm dropping a couple of things on you guys that I really have not talked a whole lot about. I mentioned a little bit about it on Life, but the details of it you're in Fort Worth, Ray, and then your people that are here, CTK, the people here in Dallas. That thing is going to be again on February 18th at the Irving Arts Center for the Irving Black Arts Council at 3:00, and it's going to be you're going to see how being Black changed the world through the eyes of a poet.
Wow. It's gonna be in Fort Worth, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. It's gonna be in Irving at the Irving Arts Center.
Oh, it's gonna be in Irving at the Arts Center. Yeah.
At the Irving Arts Center in Fort Worth, and like I said, I haven't publicly, discussed this or talked a lot about it because it's so, it seems like it's far out, but it's really not.
Right.
But we're going to delve into, as we spoke about earlier. I'm gonna do at least 4 new poems that you've never heard before.
Very nice.
But something, they talk about Black History Month. Hell, Black History should be all year round.
It's the shortest month of the year. Everybody else got bigger months than we do.
Mm-hmm. And what's so cool about it? Hell, everything we done it.
Yeah. So
everything.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk a little bit about that. We're gonna talk a little bit about some of the names that and then some of the names that are that you may not be more familiar with in terms of contributions to America, to society, right?
To the global experience.
Yeah.
Oh man, how many of us know that we created the alarm system? How many know that we created the ironing board?
How many know the Black man was the first one to do brain surgery?
Brain surgery, the blood plasma. All of those kind of things. How many? Yeah, and when you look at Mr. Lattimore, right? We know.
I'm trying to tell you, Lewis Lattimore.
We know that
Edison put the bulb together,
but
that filament.
Lattimore, he made the filament for the light to stay on.
So you done triggered Vaughn now,
right?
Yeah. And when you talk about here's something I'm gonna mess them up with, right? And I'm already let the cat out the bag. You really want to mess up a lot of people. You tell them every time you pull up to a red light,
right?
Every time you pull up to a red light,
Garrett Morgan,
you think that brother
Garrett Morgan
for running into each other.
Garrett Morgan also invented the gas mask.
Absolutely.
And don't forget the brother that invented the cell phone.
Yeah.
And your GPS.
GPS. It was a lady, a sister.
I can't remember.
Yeah.
But
So
it was somebody
we're
was
going
trying
to
to
talk
take
about
the patent. Well, was it Henry Ford or Edison? Was
Henry
trying to take
Ford.
was
Yeah.
trying to take the patent from the brother, but he took it to court and won.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So
My favorite.
my goal is again to introduce some names and talk a little bit about it from a perspective of how we need to grow. And you, as you know, being four refined gentlemen, right? And I understand. I feel like I feel very calm talking to right now. One of the things I think we have to address as a people, and we talked about young people, is we have to answer the question, did we do too much? I'm talking about the generation after our parents, and then our children, and then our children's children, because how many of you had to actually work when you were growing up? Like you worked, for a job, and you did things when you were young. I was working since I was 9 years old. I was, pushed the lawnmower with the wood on it.
Yeah.
A lot of our children today, they haven't had to work. The parents work because the parents thought that we want to not have them go through what we went through. And part of the conversation that I'd like to have is what you went through as a young person helped define who you are now. And it is the struggle, like the butterfly with the wings, right? It becomes a caterpillar. They have to exercise it. And it's a question that I would like to have answered or asked. Did we do too much? And if we did too much, how do we go back to reaching and bring the people, our young people, into understanding and value things? Because I had this quote a couple of weeks ago that I wrote down. We appreciate what we are given, but we value what we earn, right? And that's a thought, Vaughn, I'd like to bounce off you.
Well, I can tell you,
Guys,
just from
I
what
hate
you
to-
said, I'm like,
Everybody, but I start with
Yeah.
Vaughn.
yeah, and I appreciate you opening up that door, because my parents, I think I explained it to you earlier, from the Depression, grew up in the 20s. I think I had records of my dad being born like in the teens, like around 1917. But, they've been through the Depression, Jim Crow, all the things that were promised them through the New Deal that they didn't get, like, GI loans and stuff like that, and Grand Lance and all that, land grants. They never received any of that. They worked. My mom helped build airplanes for the United States Air Force in Ohio. She was Rosie the Riveter back then. My dad was a common laborer, but he also built the cement tunnel that went under Lake Michigan, so cars can drive underneath the lake. All of those things going on. So, but the one thing they told us is that we can't give you everything that you think we're supposed to give you. When you get old enough, you got to work, and they put a lot of emphasis on education. Of course they did, because they knew that was our only way to succeed in life. But by the same token, they still say, dare to be different. If you have, if it's in you to be different, don't follow the crowd. Be who you are,
Well, the thing is, when I was coming up, my parents had a decent job. I didn't have to work, but I wanted to work to earn my own money.
Right.
So I can take them gals out to the movie. It cost me 10 cents, and buy them a soda, a piece of candy or something.
See, where I grew up,
I need some shoes and what I wanted to wear.
Yeah, we had, mine was like, we grew up in the 60s, and, we were, there was some dysfunction in the family going on, and pops left for a while. Mom had to take care of us, be a single parent in a single parent household, me and my other two brothers. We were on government cheese, and we knew all that stuff from the welfare system and all that stuff we had to go through. We used to have to get our toys from the during Christmas time. We got our toys through the Salvation Army.
Mine wasn't too much different either. My father lied to get into the Navy at 16. So him and my mom, they had me when he was like 17, but he was always gone for 2 years at a time. So for a period of time, I didn't see him, but I would shine shoes on Broadway in Rhode Island. The sailors coming to the Greyhound bus station. You know, I saw I was making money. I would do that, and that kind of continued. But when my dad got higher in rank, God rest his soul, he retired a Master Chief. So he would have all these plaques on his walls, but he was a very quiet man, soft-spoken. He wasn't the kind that would shove it in your face, you need to do this or do that. He knew what I was, and he kind of knew where I was going to become. But as far as that aspect goes, I was 17 years old with 2 cars, my first baby in my own apartment. Okay, so yeah, I was rolling like that, buddy. That's right. But that's what I'm
talking about. CTK, so my father.
Okay, Ray. I gotta close this down, guys, because y'all getting it too. We way past time, y'all. We'll be here another hour.
I was gonna say that's another subject.
Yeah,
okay, that's
another deal.
Yeah, it is.
So I just want to take this time.
I agree. We got to take a break or move on.
Yeah.
You know, we need to shelve that. I think that conversation is for another time, but I appreciate you bringing it up, ZEMILL. I think it's a wonderful conversation to have.
You triggered us all.
Yeah, man. I just thought I was on the call with some brothers, and it would be so interesting to hear your perspective about that thought. It was just something that I was working on and researching, and I thought it was an opportunity. So, Gary, thank you again for the opportunity, man.
Oh, absolutely, man, and we definitely appreciate you. And you're welcome to come back anytime. So you're part of the family now. So we're gonna definitely keep you circulating around here, and definitely gonna be looking for all the great things that you got coming.
Yes.
Now that we know you're so close, man, you're just right there. So
yeah,
awesome.
I'm here, man.
He ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, no. We all hooked up right now.
Just don't bump into Ray in the parking lot.
No. We good now. We good now. We got spacing and everything. We good now.
Absolutely.
So thank you again for having me, man. Thank you so much.
Gary, thanks for having me, Gary, as co-host again.
Oh,
I
yeah.
appreciate you.
It's a pleasure, man.
Good hair having boy, music making boy. You know you my boy.
All right, everybody. Well, I want to thank everybody for tuning in, and again, ZEMILL, we really appreciate it. Thank you for being here, hanging out with us, and everybody have a great weekend, and we'll see you all next week. So everybody have a great one.
Thank you. We'll see y'all. Thank you again.
See y'all.
Everybody out there, peace and blessings always.
All right. See you later. Bye.
Got it.
And in the words of one Mr. Lamont Sanford, O'Double, Jack.
There you go. Peace out, everybody.